Now it's 6 to 10, and we will have audience on 5 minutes.
唔好坐咁邊喎。嗱，呢邊都有位嘅，唔好坐咁邊。Please sit in the middle. Yes. 唔好坐咁邊啦，呢度有3個位喺中間啊！你哋坐係啊，唔好坐咁邊。Best place? This. You can see both sides. Yeah. 如果 Yeah. But then they don't see the. 差唔多啦，係咪啊 ？Okay. Welcome. Hello. He's Professor Wickett from University of the Arts, Zurich University, and I'm Mathias from Zuni ZHdK. So, thank you for joining us today on this. I think it's the world premiere, yeah, and I think it's the first time that is a kind of using online, have a simultaneous telematic performance in 2 cities. Now we are in Hong Kong Cultural Center, and then about 10 minutes later we will connect to Zurich Art University, their studio, and then we will have performer here, one from Taipei, a Peking opera performer, and one from Cambodia traditional dancer. They will be in here, and the whole process. Maybe we explain a little bit about why we do this, Hamud.
We are doing it.
Yeah. Why?
We really try to establish a kind of co-working space which is not dependent on traveling around all the time. That's one very simple issue, and as we are working on collaborative projects since a couple of times, Zurich University and Zuni, which mainly took place in Zurich, we tried to use technology to establish kind of a virtual space for the work of Zuni and the work of our university can meet and connect. And this is the first tryout we established, and I think it's very promising also to bring together contemporary arts approach and this tradition which we not have in this way in Europe.
Yeah, and I think this is a kind of cross-discipline, and we also try to make it a learning process. So we have very honored to have Hong Kong Ivy Institute of Vocational Education. The student and teacher are helping us to do a lot of technical setup, and also they are also professional stage technician from Hong Kong, from APA. So we are, and also our Zuni technical team. So it's like a learning process because we have to integrate a lot of technology together, and then to test it. And then we also need to understand performance. So the process is our Zuni co-artistic director Danny Yong and the 2 performers, and then also Ivy teacher, teaching team, and they went to Zurich for 6 weeks, and then they do a lot of testing, and then work with the technician in Zurich Art University as a kind of basic. And then the last 2 weeks, we try to put everything together in here. And then today is a kind of presentations of what we are trying to do.
And the long-term project is to establish really 2 labs, one in Zurich, one here in Hong Kong, which are working in a similar way and meet once or twice a year with a common project, and establishing labs with motion capture, 3D audio, all the technologies which are to be used for enhancing the traditional form of performing arts.
Yes, and we also believe that it might be a more, it can save a lot of carbon footprint because you need to travel less. And then because of we can utilize the optic fiber network to have a kind of real-time communication. Yeah. And then also sharing information or learning. And I think, and also cross-discipline, I think, which is very important. So in this space, we are thankful for LCSD providing the space, the studio theater, and we have make it like a lab, and we have this two sides, 2 mirror is a kind of a fabric, but with a special frame, so you can have this mirror effect. And also you will see we have four projectors, two on top and 2 on the left and right. And then we try to create a more 3-dimensional experience rather than a typical theater one-side experience. So during the presentation, you can select what you like to see, because there's not a one focus. You are not watching a film, you are watching a space. So you can choose what you like to see, and then you will see, I think, different audience from different seats will see different things. So there's also an idea why we want to put this audience on top, because we want to create a different kind of experience rather than a typical theater experience. We just look at the front. So then we believe that the audience have to be more proactive by searching what they want to see rather than just see what we want them to see. Yeah. So any signal from Zurich, or I think we have how many?
I think we should make a break now. It's 4 more minutes before Zurich will open the projectors.
Yeah. We will come back again in 4 minutes.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
steht jetzt neben mir. Christian, nimm uns doch mal mit in diese Welt und erklär uns, was wir gleich zu sehen bekommen.
Ja, wir werden eine Live-Übertragung jetzt erleben von 2 Performances, eine in Hongkong und eine hier in Zürich. Und was wir machen ist, wir nehmen die Bewegungen der Tänzerinnen und Tänzer auf mit der Motion Capture Technik. Das heißt, die Tänzer haben so Marker auf ihren Körper geklebt.
He's explaining how the dancers in Zurich
3D-Modelle
are
gerechnet
moving
und dann
with
werden
motion capture technology.
Is interviewed by a TV station
Yes.
now.
Das ganz Besondere ist, ich habe schon
Because today is the digital day of Zurich. Every year they will select a day. The whole day there will be a lot of digital events.
And this guy is a project leader. It's Christian Iseli. He's head of the research focus film.
Erkenntnis eines Forschungsprojekts hier an der ZHdK ermöglichen uns das. Das ist das Forschungsprojekt des Institute for Computer, Music and Sound Technology, das das gemacht hat. Und deshalb können wir darauf aufbauen.
He refers to a project which took place last year, a Telematic concert which took place in Hong Kong by the musicians from the Zurich University of the
in einen
Arts.
Dialog treten können. Das heißt, die Tänzer können aufgrund der Daten oder der Visuals, die sie kriegen, aufeinander reagieren.
Vielleicht kannst du uns noch zu den Bildschirmen, die wir hier im Raum sehen, etwas sagen. Man sieht immer verschiedene Sachen auf diesen Bildschirmen.
Genau, also wir haben insgesamt 4 Leinwände hier aufgebaut. Es ist auch so, das Publikum, das hier ist gebeten, sich im Raum zu bewegen und auch unterschiedliche Perspektiven einzunehmen. Auf diesen Leinwänden ist je nach Phase der Performance sehen wir Visuals, also diese live in Echtzeit generierten Visuals von unseren Tänzern. Wir sehen Live-Feeds von Hongkong und auch die Visuals von Hongkong. Das wechselt dann immer wieder ab, also die Leinwände werden unterschiedliche Inhalte zeigen. Wir haben auch 2 Bühnen und so kann man hier eben aus unterschiedlichen Perspektiven Unterschiedliches erleben.
Und wir sollten jetzt soweit sein, dass die Leitung mit Hongkong steht und du, Christian, zu deinen Kollegen nach Hongkong schalten kannst.
Genau, I'm calling Hong Kong. Can we have a connection to Hong Kong, please? Yes, I do see.
Hello, Christian.
Hello.
We can hear you. Hello.
Great. Okay, I can introduce to the audience here in Zurich 2 people on the right-hand side. It's just changed, but it's Mathias Wu. Mathias Wu is is the co-director of the theater group Zuni in Hong Kong. It's a theater group that makes experiments with traditional performances and new technology. Next to him is Hartmut Wickert. Hartmut Wickert is the director of the Department of Performing Arts and Film here at the University of the Arts in Zurich. He's currently in Hong Kong on his international mission to advance cooperations in the Asia region. Mathias, can I ask you something? What is the challenge to work together with traditional performances and new technology?
This time, for this project, we work with at least 10 kind of technology, fiber optic, Wi-Fi, motion capture visualization, soundscape, LED lighting, video projection, so and so. There's a long list of technology that we have to work with. And how that interact with live performance, I think is a great challenge. But I think our team from both sides did a great job. So I think we are going to see something really interesting.
Hartmut, where do you see the advantage in a collaboration between Zurich and Hong Kong when this is technology-based?
Yeah, on the one hand, I think it has a high potential to become a learning and research platform between the 2 cities, especially for the performing arts, theater and dance, which still believes on the need of co-presence of the bodies. This virtual space, which is developed by this project, is the possibility for performers at different places on the earth to communicate, to come together, to meet, and to work on, I think, new innovative formats for the performing arts. And another thing is that this virtual stage is also bringing together different cultures and traditions which can exchange, merge, and look at each other, and in an easy way.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Hong Kong. We're returning back to Zurich, and wir haben Denise.
Und gehen kurz zu der Choreografin des Zürcher Teils, zu Denise Lampard, die natürlich schon bereit ist für die Performance und eigentlich schon in einer ganz anderen Welt. Denise, was war für dich die spezielle Herausforderung? Vielleicht ganz kurz trotzdem.
Die spezielle Herausforderung war, die Technik und die Menschen zusammenbringen. Also der Tanz, der so fest von einem Körper, Seele, Geist und Körper, Seele, Geist in die Avatare einzuhauchen und die dann für uns tanzen zu lassen oder mit uns tanzen zu lassen. Und danke für das ganze Team, weil ohne die Tänzer, die wirklich, wirklich offen und kreativ und das ganze Team hinter uns war, wäre es gar nicht möglich gewesen. Wir sind sehr froh.
Vielen Dank, Denise. Und wie die Avatare und die Tänzer zusammen mit Denise funktionieren, das werden wir gleich zeigen. Ich hoffe, Sie haben noch ein bisschen Zeit mitgebracht und werden mit uns diese Performance verfolgen. Christian, das Spezielle noch für die ganzen Daten, das ist auch die Internetverbindung. Ich glaube, die ist ganz speziell aufgebaut.
Genau, wie erwähnt geht es sogar auf ein Forschungsprojekt, das mit telematischer Musik-Performance das gemacht hat, und dieses Forschungsprojekt wird übrigens morgen in der ZHdK auch noch eine Performance machen, um 14:15 Uhr auf Level 1. Hier ist auch zu empfehlen. Und eben diese Grundlagen sind für uns sehr wichtig gewesen.
Vielen Dank, Christian Iseli. Und vielen Dank natürlich auch der Zürcher Hochschule der Künste, dass wir hier sein durften. Und jetzt viel Vergnügen. Bleiben Sie noch ein bisschen bei uns und lassen Sie sich inspirieren und tauchen Sie mit uns ein in eine ganz neue Welt.
is over. But then next week we have a talk on the motion capture. I think Monday we talk about LED lighting. So if you want to know about the background, about what's happening tonight, next Tuesday, I think it's morning. We'll have a, is it morning? Monday. Oh, sorry, Monday. Monday, 幾點啊？11點, 11 a.m. So you can register outside with Zuni team. So thank you for coming.